Welcome to a truly special show. It's so exciting to be here and to be launching this amazing deal of what is to be known as Australians liquid gold. Imagine that. Now, if you are seeking a powerful antibacterial, an antiviral, an anti-inflammatory, but may assist with offering you powerful immune support, then don't go any further. Stay here. Now, GATHERBY Manuka Honey is setting records since launch. It's actually very powerful amongst, it's actually set a very powerful chord amongst us Aussies, because we're increasingly on the lookout for that elusive solution to safeguard our very, very weary immune system, particularly as we age. Now, GATHERBY Manuka Honey is setting the benchmark out there, and it stands out as the most potent in the world. They boast an impressive MGO of 2,000 plus at its peak. That's what they're known for. Now, it's not only clinically proven, it has been scientifically tested for its health benefits, but it's also set a gold standard in wellness, and that's what we love here. And there's more. GATHERBY, they have a commitment beyond health. Their effort and their support go towards supporting the Australian honeybee, our food supply, and the well-being of our planet. It's very exciting. Now, join me in giving a warm welcome to Julie from GATHERBY. Now, Julie, we're thrilled to share the amazing journey and insight with us. Welcome back, Julie. Now, some of you may have seen Julie on our channel, UTV on channel 16. It has been an incredible launch story that's hit home with us Aussies. Julie, share with us the overwhelming response to your TV launch and what people have been saying.
Oh, it's been truly amazing. Not only have I been in the infomercial, but I have also answered every call that's come into the office. I've spoken to over 600 people. Personally spoken to over 600 people, taken their orders, listened to their story, and it's just been beautiful. It's been very humbling.
It is humbling, and I think that's the one thing that I really love about this. It's an Australian company. You phone up, you speak to, the other half of GATHERBY in person, and you learn their stories, and people are coming back more and more to reorder. Now, some of the stories that you've been telling us, the demographic is those of us, I think, a lot who are 50 plus,
Absolutely.
And we're looking for ways to be healthier as we age.
Absolutely. We've had people living in assisted care homes, not being able to get out. They're having to just eat the food that they're given, and they've really been looking for something additional to help boost their immune system and their wellness and overall health.
Mm-hmm. And it's being scientifically tested and clinically proven. This is unlike any other Manuka honey that you will find in a supermarket, in a chemist. This is top shelf. Now, we're going to give you the deal because, Julie, you've bought us an incredible offering.
Yes.
Can you take us through what we're getting?
So we have, in this pack, our promotion is 4 jars of Manuka honey. It's Australian pure raw Manuka honey. We have a 250-gram jar of the MGO 1000, which is in our medicinal platinum range. We have a 250-gram jar of the MGO 500, which is in our therapeutic range. And today we have 2 jars, 2 250-gram jars of the MGO 250. Okay. Which is in our daily range.
Well, let's talk about, and we've got an amazing savings, so go to gatherby.org and you'll be able to secure your savings, secure your jars. You have got free delivery. You've also got the opportunity to pay through Afterpay or PayPal. But in case you're wondering, what does 250, 500 and 1000 MGO mean? Julie, start with the 250 and explain to us how we would use that.
So our daily range is a honey that you can pop in your cup of tea, pop on your toast, but you can also take it by the spoon. We have had many callers use it many different ways, but it's your just everyday honey that you would use to boost your wellness, your gut health, and your immune system to keep it going.
And people have been doing this for thousands of years. I think they've found like mummies that have been excavated with honey still in the pots.
Absolutely. They recently found a pot of honey. It had been still sealed with a mud clay label, and even stamped with a bee on the top. They have opened it and tested it and found to be still edible.
So that's our 250. You're getting 2 pots of those that you use. That's your everyday, and you can use it in your cooking and your dressings and things like that. Then we up it a little bit to the 500.
That's right.
How would we use that?
So the MGO 500's in our therapeutic range. Twice as strong as the 250, obviously, but it has that bit more added health benefits in terms of higher immune care, very good for promoting sleep. I've spoken to a number of customers who are using it to increase their sleep. They're using it for their gut health and at the end of a cold as well. So we go on to the MGO 1000, and that's the medicine.
That's the rocket fuel.
That's the rocket fuel. So that's what you would take. You're starting to get a scratchy throat, feeling a little run down, hit it hard with the MGO 1000, and then after a day or so you can drop back to the MGO 500.
Okay, and these are, like, you won't see MGOs like this in the supermarket.
No.
I think the highest I've seen that my old stylist used to buy before I went on air to help my throat was like 120, and I thought that was... But you've got 1,000, 500 and 250s. Now, let's go back to where Gather by Manuka was sourced. Explain to us.
So our honey comes mostly from the Northern Rivers region of New South Wales. The leptospermum that the nectar comes from is an Australian native bush, and it's very prevalent in the Northern Rivers region. But we work with farmers and First Nations and obviously our beekeepers who have beehives on these areas. We have plantings down in Victoria and now going all the way up to the northern New South Wales.
That's amazing. I love that, because what you're essentially doing with the farmers, with the First Nations people and the beekeepers is creating this world premium honey at the end of the day. It's untouchable. Now, let's discuss why this honey is different, Gather By is different to others. What is MGO? Because we talk about 1,000 MGO, 500, 250. What is MGO, Julie, and why is that important?
So the nectar in the leptospermum has a molecule called DHA, and when the bee lands and takes the nectar from the flower, it goes into a special second gut, and the enzymes in the bee's gut transforms the DHA, from the nectar into MGO. And MGO is what has these amazing health benefits. You're antibacterial, antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and it's just nature's gift.
It's incredible, isn't it, that the honeybee is able to do this. This is a food, and we can get such amazing properties, antibacterial, inflammatory and antibiotic properties. And it was the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, who used to say, you know, the very things that could have saved us grow on our grave. And if you think about it, the flowers, the bees, and the way that they are responsible for that. Now, I hear that MGO being a number as a symbol of potency, it can work against 80 different pathogenic bacteria, is that right?
Absolutely. Your MRSA superbugs, H. pylori. We've had a lot of customers coming to us with gut health issues. Your autoimmune diseases are all from gut health problems, not having a good gut health. And so, you know, the Manuka honey is just amazing.
It's remarkable, and it's about people's stories and their journeys as well. And I know it can be used on the skin. I've been seeing a lot of skincare ranges recently who are using honey for its properties. But when it comes to supermarket comparisons, this is in another league, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you're not going to have this high potency in the supermarkets. Supermarket Manuka honey is still good. you know, for some people that's their budget, but certainly the higher the MGO, the more medicinal, the more health benefits, and the more good it's going to do.
So an MGO rating of 1,000, which we've got here, basically indicates a high concentration compound, which is suggesting a very robust antibacterial efficacy. What can we expect from that one jar there of 1,000 MGO?
Oh, look, my daughter is currently unwell at home. We've got the 1,000 beside her bed, spoon after spoon. It's going to knock any of those nasty bugs on the head, and you know, you'll recover much quicker.
It's very true. Now, Julie, how long have you been using Gather by Manuka?
Look, I've had Gather by Manuka honey every day for almost 4 years now. It's part of my daily routine. I'm up early going to the gym. I take a spoonful before I head out the door. I love it in my cup of tea. And, you know, every night before I go to bed, I have a teaspoon as well, and it promotes a really, really good, sound, restful sleep.
You can have it in your tea, Julie said. I like that. Even on your porridge, perhaps, or your oats.
We do. We've had customers who still want to put the high grade Manuka honey on their cup of tea, on their toast, on their porridge in the morning, especially during the winter months.
Now, I actually said to Julie earlier, you know, give us your routine from the moment you become unwell. And she kind of looked at me like this. She goes, well, I haven't been unwell since the original pandemic times.
Absolutely. We, both Matt and I had 1 dose of COVID, touch wood, but we don't get a sniffle, we don't come down with a cold, and we just put it down to having the Manuka honey every day as part of our routine.
But don't just take our word for it. At the end of the day, it boils down to your stories, your testimonials, and how you feel about it. Let's listen to Anne's story.
Hi, my name's Anne from the Gold Coast in Queensland, and I was introduced to Gather by Manuka honey by a friend of mine. I was recovering from COVID, and I just could not shake the tail end of the coughing that was persistent day and night. I started taking the Gather by Manuka honey, and it cleared it very, very quickly. And soon after that, I got a virus that was coughing again. And once again, the Manuka honey worked for me. So I think in your senior years, when you realise it's taking longer to recover from small aches and pains and colds and sniffles, the Manuka honey kind of nips it in the bud quick smart.
I can't believe Anne's story in the fact that, yes, I understand, you know, her health issues, but are we allowed to say it? Anne is 80 years old. She looks amazing. She's just got that glow to her.
She does, yes, absolutely. She's a ball of energy, so sprightly, and she goes to the gym 3 days a week.
That's incredible.
And, you know, it's a real testament, and, you know, helps with the honey.
Well, may I share a personal story with you as well with regarding the honey? I had pneumonia about maybe 6 weeks ago, and that was after getting like an RSV. I then ended up with pneumonia, ended up in hospital. I recovered. Then 4 weeks later, I went down like a sack of spuds, and that was 2 weeks ago. And I tested positive for COVID-19. I tested positive for influenza A. The doctor was on the phone to me and he said, we're going to get you antivirals. But at the end of the day, I was too sick to get the antivirals, and I had no one to get them for me. I could feel, you know, when you wake up and you get that scratchy throat and that burning that goes up your eustachian tube, and you think, I know that I'm digging up an ear infection here. I had the 2,000 that I'd already purchased after getting pneumonia of the Gather by Manuka honey. I took a massive tablespoon, and on my heart, within an hour, my throat had gone. The inflammation had completely disappeared, and I did not have a problem, even though I had the 2 illnesses. There was no problem with my throat, no secondary infections, and here I am 2 weeks later after going down a second time. So I thank you. I thank you so much. But listen, let's go back to the beginning and discover the Gather by story. Truly magical, aren't they, the honeybees? And if you think about the properties that they give with that honey, antibacterial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory, gut health, this is the way it should be, back to nature. But this is the most powerful forms that you're able to get it with this Australian Gather by Manuka honey. Now, the deal is incredible. You are getting 1,000 MGO. You're also getting 500 MGO and 2 of the 250 MGO. Now, you're going to get a huge saving if you go to gatherby.org or call the number that you see on your screen. And you'll also have the opportunity to to pay over 4 installments with either PayPal or Afterpay. Now, could you just quickly go through the 1,000, what we use it for, the 500 and the 250, Julie?
So the 1,000 is in your medicine cabinet. It's for the strep throat, the sore throat, the scratchy throat coming on, the blocked nose, feeling unwell, quick boost, hit it hard, and you'll be back up and running in a couple of days.
There you go.
Then you go, the MGO 500 is what you would continue on with. After a couple of days of the 1,000, starting to feel a little better, you can carry on with the MGO 500, and then you've got your daily rain, the MGO 250, every day, tea, on your toast, in your cereal, or just by the spoon.
And this is for everybody, the entire family, as we're about to find out in our upcoming testimonials.
So I have a small obsession with Gather by Manuka honey, and not afraid to say it.
Our family loves Gather by Honey. Its high medicinal value has been a game changer for us. We use the MGO 2000 to boost our immunity, heal wounds, and soothe sore throats naturally. It's even safe and beneficial for our dogs. Gather by Honey is our trusted choice for keeping our family healthy and happy all year round.
The thing I love about the Gather by Manuka honey is that it is so delicious and yet so good for you at the same time. Perfect combo.
I have a teaspoon of Gather by Manuka honey every day, usually either the 500 or the 800 MGO, as part of my daily health and wellness regimen.
So I keep a range of MGO levels, both lower and higher at home, and I use them in different ways. The lower level MGO I use on a daily basis. It's sort of the thing that gets me up in the morning, and I put it into my hot lemon and ginger tea. And using it like that, I know that it's going to get into my system as quickly and effectively as possible, and it's definitely the best way to start the day. Higher level MGOs I use at specific times. So, for example, I will have an MGO 1000 when I'm feeling particularly busy or stressed or under the weather, or the weather's making me feel under the weather. And living in the UK, that happens quite a lot. I also have quite a busy lifestyle and I travel a lot for work. So I always take a high-level MGO jar with me. This way I know that even when I'm away from home, I can boost my energy, boost my immunity, and it's a really nice way to retain some kind of a routine.
I also use the 1000 or the world's highest 2000 MGO, particularly in the winter months when I might need to give my immune system a much needed boost.
This Manuka is my daily spoon or 3 of joy, and I cannot imagine not having it in my life now.
You're watching Gather by Manuka honey, Australian made, Australian owned, and really helping the buzzy bees out there to be healthy. And those bees, if you think about it, the gift of nature that is literally changing lives. And I want to talk about your personal story, Julie, because you had an operation. Share with us.
I did. I had a sunspot that needed to be removed. And I thought, well, you know, everyone knows about the health properties and the benefits of Manuka honey, so I've decided to trial it and use it as part of my wound care, and it's just amazing. I had quite a large incision and I used it from the first day that it was done, and within a week, it was just amazing to see the difference.
Gosh. So that was you, Julie?
That was me,
in
yes.
the beginning?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. And over what period was that?
So the day it was taken, the middle one is a week later, and then that's the end result.
That is incredible. So we can use it. I mean, it's one of those things I think we need to have in our first response kit. Whether it's for things like scars or assisting with wound healing, or possibly for, you know, the superbugs out there and things like that we're battling, you need this. You're getting 1,000, which is up there. That's the platinum medicinal range. You're getting 500, which is in your therapeutic range, and you're getting 2 of your everyday range for an insane saving. Go to gatherby.org. But let's, before we go, listen to some fun facts, I reckon. We've got some fun facts about honeybees, don't we? Let's
some
listen
amazing
to it, and we'll be back
facts.
to the other side of this. One-twelfth of a teaspoon they create in their lives. Aren't they the most amazing little creatures that we've been gifted by Mother Nature? Now, it's all about the results, and I've got testimonials, like pages and pages and pages here, double-sided. One Arena in the Gold Coast said, I use GATHERBY Strong MGO honey to help heal my new tattoo. I love my tattoo. I love that. Julie, I put GATHERBY's strongest honey on my sores, burns, blisters, wounds or cuts, and it heals them very quickly. And there was another one that I saw here from James, who is in Byron. To keep my immunity strong, he said, I take GATHERBY's 500 MGO every day. Don't forget you've got that in the pack. And I never get sick now. And just page after page of these amazing stories about how GATHERBY Manuka honey has changed people's lives. And it's all in the potency of the MGO. And I want to recap that. So let's go through the deal again, Julie, and tell us what we're getting from the 1,000 through to the 250.
So you're getting the MGO 1000, which is from our medicinal range, a 250 gram jar of the MGO 500 from our therapeutic range, and you're getting 250 gram jars of the MGO 250. I know that's a lot of 250s, which equates to 1 kilo of Manuka honey.
Wow, that is incredible. And think about the benefits. And we've talked about clinically proven, scientifically tested for antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-inflammation. If you think a lot of the inflammation start in our gut that can cause other things.
Absolutely.
And MGO fighting 80 different superbugs and pathogens.
Yeah.
MRSA.
It's the only antibiotic that humans don't become resistant to.
That's interesting, isn't it?
It is. It's
If you
it's
think of all the,
amazing. And it's all natural.
And it's all natural. You've got your wound healing and skin care because of its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. Actually, it's commonly used, the 1000 I discovered, in a lot of healthcare settings.
It is, absolutely.
And we have had people saying that their inflammation's been reduced. And I think, as you said, and what we've discussed and you've seen with your research and talking to people personally on the phone, we get to an age where we want to take control. We know our immune system is weakening. We don't necessarily want to fill ourselves with all of the, nasties that might be prescribed that wipe us out and weaken our immune system. This is the way to go. And you've put an amazing deal together. Take us through it one more time, Julie.
So you've got the MGO 1000 from our medicinal range, the MGO 500 from our therapeutic range, and the MGO 250 from our daily range. You've got everything covered, all your different uses. You can cook with, have on your toast, in your cup of tea. You can have it by the spoon, especially at night time. It's amazing for promoting a more restful and sound sleep. I've had one customer who's called in 4 times now. She's ordered 4 times from us and can't say enough about how it's helping her with her sleeping habits.
Now, if you want to take control of your immune system, your gut health, your inflammation, now's the time to do it. You've got an amazing offer. You've got a great saving. All you have to do is go to GATHERBY.org. Now, you can pay over 4 installments. You can use PayPal. You can use Afterpay. But you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that you're going to be here on my double-sided page next time in our reviews of people that literally have claimed their health, their life, their immunity back. I wish you well to use it. Julie, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks,
it's
Nikki.
always a pleasure. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned for more.